Hey YouTube, this is Monty. I'm really here doing a live for first time to share some of my experiences. I'm not really expecting a whole lot of people to actually join the live stream, but this is really me being able to share some of my journey as I'm testing out some equipment. I have a new mic that I'm working with. I have a new software that I'm working with, and this is a live stream that I'm doing before I actually do a live stream with my son. And that live stream is really focused on helping him through his live streaming journey. He's done some live streams, we've done some live streams together. In this case, we're gonna do a live stream together. And this is really talking about what we've done with live streaming and what we're gonna be doing with live streaming. What we've done with live streaming is really learn how to know what to sell, know when to sell, know what some of our customers wanted. To really go back to the beginning, we started an e-commerce business really to connect with passions and connect with some of the things that we thought were interesting and experiences that sort of collaborated with my background, his interests, and family interests. And we started to understand what it was to do packaging and shipping. We learned how to establish a marketing strategy, and all these things really helped us to nail down what we were going to do and how we were going to ship our products. E-commerce is funny because a lot of times you don't necessarily understand what you know until you get out there in the market. And we learned what we learned on demand. It was very interesting. I had a background that really let me understand some of the 5 things that really come into play when it comes to e-commerce. There's really 5 things when it comes to selling as it relates to e-commerce, and part of that is white labeling. White label is essentially it's when you have someone doing your product for you. It's kind of white labeling, private labeling are really the same thing. Someone else is producing a product. You are then able to slap your label on that product. A white label, in some cases it's clothes, in some cases it's a brand like this. Somebody didn't actually create this hand sanitizer, they just kind of put the label on the hand sanitizer. It's white labels. Private label is the same thing as a white label. Wholesaling is where you get a number of consumer goods and you will, instead of getting 1, you might get 50. And in getting 50, you get a wholesale discount. Now, if you buy at retail, you might pay $10 for it. If you buy multiples, you might say buy one, get one free. If you're wholesaling, you might, again, get 50, you might get 100. And instead of paying the $10 for the wholesale price, you're gonna pay $4. Well, that puts you in a position where you can actually beat the retail price. And the retail price being 10, you bought it for wholesale being 4, you could sell it for 8, and a person still gets benefit. Drop shipping is when they actually ship it directly for you. And then you have the ability to have subscription services as well. So the big picture is to just take action. My co-star wanted to get on the camera way before we're getting ready for the actual show. But anyway, taking action is going to be a key piece, because there's always reason to not do it. There's always one reason to do it, and that's so that you can get the experience, you can get the learning, you can start to do, be, do, and have before you might expect you could be, do, and have. And learning how to drive traffic to the store, it's a crucial piece of doing the e-commerce. And again, it's something that we learned to do in a unique way that allowed us to grow a lot faster than we expected. It's been able to help us to learn as we measure our metrics. One of the things we learned in the beginning, and again, this was last year, I've been doing this since 1999, but last year we did it differently in terms of we created an e-commerce store where people don't see the products before we show the products. We show the products during a live stream, and they come online, they join the live streams, and they buy the products. within that process, 100% of the customers that we've sold to have never met us before. 100% of the customers that we've sold to have never come to our boutique. And in that sense of the word, they're all e-commerce customers, fully transaction being done online, fully transaction being done without having met the person before the purchase. We track the entire process. We build a real brand, and we start to value the idea of being able to send emails to these customers, to have a direct connection with them via their email, to let them know, hey, this is what you ordered. This is the place where you can log in to make your purchase. This is when it's been shipped. This is your tracking number. All that information we do via email. So sending emails is a crucial part of our business. Without the emails, there would be no way we could actually operate. And this has been something we've done, utilizing a lot of apps, utilizing a lot of systems. Part of what I'm going to be doing within the next year is helping others to do this process, being a back-end support. A lot of people talk about being back-end support, but really being a stable support to help people to build their e-commerce systems to make their businesses become successful, whether it be apps or business application strategies. Really, those are the key things that help you to define what you're going to be doing on a go-forward basis with your business as you build a real brand. So one of the key things I want to talk about, again, the 5 things that were my takeaways as this past year of live streaming has helped to get to the first $10,000. Not holding $10,000 out as an impossible task. I'm not holding it out as a guarantee, because I can say without question, the very first show we did, we had a live sale and it resulted in 0 sales. The second one resulted in generating about $100. Now, when you go and say you did $100 the first time, some people would say, okay, well, between 2 shows, that's $50. That's not a whole lot. But 20 times that, that's your first $1,000. 200 times that is your first $10,000. So to say that you'd have to do that 200 times more, some people will look at that task and say, oh my God, that's impossible. Some people will look at the task and say, okay, well, this is great. I can do that. I can do that 200 times more to actually accomplish that goal. So I'm not going to go into the metrics. I am going to talk about some of the basic things that were the 5 keys to us generating the first $10,000. One of which was starting to do live streaming. This, not just YouTube, but live streaming in general, Facebook Lives, Instagram Lives, all the live streaming platforms allow you to live stream on LinkedIn. All the platforms allow you to do live streams. And this is one that is a key to what we did to generate success. Without the live streams, we would not have generated a singular dime. Let me repeat. We made all of our money via the live streams with regard to this business. And the business we have is, I'll put a link into the description. It is mimi.s.live, and everything within that business is generated via live stream. Number 2, we found scalable products. We found everything from hats to shoes to bags to clothing. Initially, we were doing one-off shops. We were doing one-time items. It would be an item that we would have a one-and-done relationship with. Then we started to understand that if I had multiples, i.e. wholesale, if I had 1, 2, 10, 100, at one point in time, we bought 87 of a particular item. And that wasn't the entire, that was just one shot. So we bought 20, 30, 50. And then we just said, okay, this one time we're going to buy 87 of this particular item. There was another time I bought 100 light bulbs. We've sold a lot of different things in various products and been able to, again, if we bought 100 of an item and the cost goes from $10 to $1 and we're charging $20 for the item, you sell 5 items, you've made up all your profit. We've had items and products that we've sold just like that. It's been purchased for $1, sold for 20, and we've generated enough revenue out of selling 5 of the products to pay for the profitability of the entire market. So finding a product that's scalable is key, and making sure that you can connect with a wholesaler that's reputable is also a key. Building an inventory management system. When we first got into the business, we did not have inventory management. We didn't have any kind of consideration for inventory. And what that means is we didn't know what we had on hand. We knew we had one of, and because if it was a one-time shot, when you have it, you have it. When you don't, you don't. But if you have an inventory management system, if you have one of an item, then you don't really care. If you have 10 of the item, it matters. If you have 30 of the item and you have 5 in a 2XL, 2 in an XL, 10 in a large, 5 in a medium, and 4 in a small, and so on and so forth, you need to have an inventory management system. Person wants an XL, doesn't want a small. Person wants a small, doesn't want a medium, and so on and so forth. So the point is, inventory management allows you, when you have a scalable product, to understand which ones of those products you have and which ones you don't. Next, we really learn to partner with influencers. Who are the influencers? That's a key piece. Whatever your niche is, you need to find who the influencers are and really be able to partner with those influencers to sell, market, and promote your product in a way that allows you to reinforce the value of buying from you. People are buying your brand. You're building a brand, people are buying your brand. And as they buy your brand, you start to understand that it's more than a notion to say, hey, come shop with me. It's really, you're introducing yourself. Hi, my name is, this is the brand I represent. You're going to get a quality experience, and as you get this quality experience, we're going to go along this journey to enjoy these products. Come join me. And that's been something we've learned as we've progressed. Certain influencers are more impactful than others. Certain influencers become more elite than others, and you want to have repeat engagement with certain influencers. As we build a podcast, as we build more content within this channel, as we build more content within several channels, because we have a lot of channels, we're going to be doing more podcasts, more engagement with not only our community, but with other communities, and really learning to share our story, share our message to a community that that'll allow it to resonate with them. And as we allow these things to resonate with them, it'll result in just sort of brand growth. And as we build our brand, we want to help build other brands. As we build our brand, we want to help build other communities and build this community as we learn what people want. So leave comments. Let us know what you want us to talk about and how we can help you. This is a passion project of ours. And that's the other thing. We really learn to connect deeply with customers' passions. We started to learn what people wanted. And it's one thing to give people what you have. It's a whole other thing to start to learn what they want and give people what they want. If people are extremely, I'm gonna say this as an example. I went through a process of becoming a member of an organization, and I, throughout the process of joining and learning to join the organization, there was a time where I was extremely thirsty. I was just thirsty as all get out, and somebody said, "Hey, you thirsty? You want something to drink?" And I was like, "Yeah, I absolutely want something to drink." And I was blindfolded at the time, and they gave me mustard. I was thinking I was going to get water, and I got mustard. It was a horrible experience. It was wretched. I hated it. But it kind of made me just think about that with regard to customer service. Bait and switch is what they would say in the car industry. You're offering lemonades, and instead you're giving a person a lemon. You're offering a person a product that's of quality or of substance or of some good use, and instead you give them trash. You're offering a person thirst-quenching water, and instead you give them mustard. If you're a mustard fan, it's awesome. But if you're thirsty and you get mustard, it sucks. So we learn to connect with our customers passionately and give them what they wanted. They're thirsty, we give them water. They're hungry, we give them food. Do they want clothing? We give them the clothing that they're asking for. You want a size large? I give you a size large. You want a size extra large? I give you a size extra large. You want a shoe size small? We give you a small. You want an electric bike? We give you an electric bike. So anyway, those are the key things I want you to take away is essentially starting live streaming, really finding products that are scalable, being able to build an inventory management system, making sure you manage your inventory properly, partner with influencers who have like-minded ideas and are trying to achieve certain goals that you're trying to achieve, and also connect passionately with your community that you can actually provide them a service they need and want, and that will allow you to reach and achieve your goals of generating 10,000. That's what we did. That's how we got there. Along with scaling up the actual lifetime customer value, we went from a lifetime customer value of real numbers, $29 per customer, to a lifetime customer value that was over $55 per customer. And in addition to that, we scaled up the customer value per purchase, and we also scaled up the numbers of transactions, going from 2 to 3 transactions in a given situation to going to 55 transactions per hour. So we've been able to do a lot of scaling in a lot of ways. And again, not to do the math, but 55 transactions at a 55 transactions in an hour at, let's say, $50 as an average customer at some point in time. You can do the math of what that actually translates out to. Anyway, that's it. That's all for right now. I will come back and we'll be actually live on my son's channel, and I will talk with you later. Please leave a like and subscribe. We'll show more content, more live stream content as time progresses, and let us know what you're looking for in terms of content, how we can help you to understand how to make massive action. MMA, in my case, I'm a martial artist. I love martial arts. I love mixed martial arts. I'm going to be watching the fights this weekend. I'm a black belt, and my son's a second-degree black belt. And we're looking at MMA not just as mixed martial arts, but also making massive action to accomplish goals. This whole journey of becoming an e-commerce business started off with us taking action. It's kind of like in a sparring session. You can sit there and just get tagged, or you can go out there and take massive action. You can go out there and be aggressive and learn. So join us. Bye for now.